Most of the problems with your current content strategy can be fixed with one tiny shift, changing how you plan your content. The issue with the typical approach is that people make a list of topics that fit their content pillars or buckets or categories, whatever we're calling it this week, and just go with whichever one of those topics tickles their fancy the most. Or you might leave things to the very last minute and just end up picking a random topic for the sake of just getting something posted ASAP. I've recently made a big update to my free monthly content planning template. This bad boy has been downloaded more than 23,409 times as of today and has helped business owners just like you transform their content planning and strategies. And I want you to be the next content makeover story. So, to that end, today I'm going to walk you through step by step how to use it. So grab a copy at the link below and let's plan your monthly content. The number one issue with how people plan their content as business owners who are ideally using their content as a tool to grow their business is that they don't generally plan with their offers in mind. This leads to more than just reduced sales, but also lower quality leads, reduced ROI from your content efforts, and increased frustration and overwhelm, aka leaving you feeling like you are stuck spinning on a content hamster wheel with no way to escape. And it makes sense, right? If you are putting out the wrong content that doesn't tie back to your offers, you're going to end up attracting the wrong people. I get comments all the time from people who use the planner every month after discovering it and all about how it's transformed their content results. This planner has recently been remastered and reimagined to help you better keep your offers front and center in your content without feeling like you're being salesy or not providing value. You can grab your free copy down below this video. In fact, pause and go and grab your copy now, and I'll just wait here before we move on. Once you download your copy of the planner, or I should say once you download your copy of the planner for this month, you're going to want to jump over to step number one, which is creating your monthly business calendar. The whole point of this is to get clarity on what promotions, what events we're planning content around, as well as what time off and personal events we're planning content coverage for, so that you can enjoy your personal time without feeling guilty about your content. To do this, you'll start by numbering out the days of the month that you're planning for. You can choose to grab the annual content planner, the paid version, if you want all the dates done for you, but you'll start there if you're using the free version, putting in those dates. And then you'll go through and add any other business events, promo dates, deadlines, and business travel. Then do the same for your personal. Add all of the personal events and time off that you need to plan your content and business around. That's it for step number one, for now at least, although we'll circle back here at the end to put in your core content publishing dates. Now, on to step number two, designing your monthly promotion. This step is a big switch for a lot of business owners as we bring your content and offers into alignment and use this template to plan out the promotion for what you're selling this month. Not every month will include a sale, so if you don't have a promotion or for a particular offer, feel free to skip it, or better yet, use it to plan a promo for one of your free offers to give your audience a growth spurt. So here's what we're going to do in this step. So you're going to start by putting in your paid offer, the name of it. Then you'll put in your special limited time offer. So the thing that you're using to encourage purchases now instead of later, maybe it's like $100 off, or maybe a bonus that comes along with it. The promo start date, so when you're going to start selling it, and the promo end date when cart closes. Then you're going to decide on what channels you'll use to promote that offer, your different audience and segments of that audience that you're going to sell to. These might be customers from a prequel offer, your general email list, your Instagram followers, people on your wait list. Think of this as like smaller segments within your overall list that you'll tailor the promotion communications for. Then, if relevant, choose your lead generation freebie if you're going to be doing a pre-launch to generate an interest list, and whether you'll also host a sales event like a webinar or a workshop or a summit or a challenge as part of the lead in for that promotion. Finally, we're going to start brainstorming. What are all of the problems related to your offer? What are the goals related to that offer? What are your favorite inspirational stories and case studies related to the offer? And finally, what are the objections that people might have about buying this offer, even if they are a perfect fit for it? After that, we're going to build out your promo weeks. As you can see here, this campaign might span over a couple of months, depending on how big the launch or the promo is, whether it includes a pre-launch, and how long the actual open cart and sales phase is going to be. So you might be using this for the next month too, if you're planning something a bit bigger. Plan out what's going to be happening on a high level for each week of this campaign. And then we'll also have some room on the side there to add any action items for the campaign too. Anything you got to get done. Step number 3 is when we start brainstorming our content. We already have a lot of great ideas from the previous step in terms of topics. So now we're going to develop those further and assign them to top of funnel, middle of funnel, or bottom of funnel. The top of funnel refers to your content for cold audiences. These people are not really familiar with you or your work, but still fit your ideal customer avatar. They just haven't had the pleasure of meeting you yet. Because they don't know you, we want to keep the content very focused on problems and goals. Make sure that there aren't a whole lot of inside jokes or IYKYN, if you know jargon, that you've taught your audience with your content. This is usually placed on your social media platforms. Your middle of funnel content refers to that content for warm audiences and slightly warmer than cold audiences. It is your core content, your blog posts, your podcasts, your videos. Your audience reads, listens, or watches it because they know you have the goods. Your slightly warmer than cold audience follows a link from social media to check it out and suss out whether you have the goods for them. And spoiler alert, we already know that you do. Bottom of funnel refers to your sales and conversion content for converting your warm audience into customers or repeat customers. There are angles and topics of my sales emails. These are the sales social media posts as well. For each of these, you're going to decide how many you need for the month and use the prompts to get you started on brainstorming your topics for that top, mid, and bottom of funnel content. Start by putting your theme or offer at the top so that all of the content that you brainstorm can fit within that common theme. Okay, now let's bring all of these ideas into a cohesive monthly plan with step number 4, creating your monthly content map. This is one of my favorite templates in the entire kit. And in fact, if you don't have time for anything else, you can get away with just doing this one sheet as your minimum viable plan. I know some months that's all that I do. For each week of the month, put your blog, podcast, or video topic down in the education content row of the monthly content map. Then for each week of the month, plan how you're going to get your content in front of new eyeballs. What's your traffic strategy? This might be paid ads, it might be Pinterest, it may be a big focus on Instagram Reels for that particular week. And you might have the same thing in all of the weeks too. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to switch up. Next, in the sell row, add how you're going to sell and promote your paid and your free offers for the week. Maybe you're sending emails, doing a retargeting campaign. This should align with the plan that you created in step number 2 for your monthly promotion. Then for each week of the month, how do you plan on engaging with your existing audiences? I find that a lot of business owners are either all focused on attracting new people to the complete ignoring of their existing email list, or vice versa. We want to make sure there's a balance. Maybe you're going to go live on Instagram, host an event just for your people, send an email newsletter. This could be your entire existing audience or even segments of your paid customers or clients too. And then we have a row for anything else that you want to plan out. I like to sometimes plan out the behind the scenes content that I want to remember to film. You might not have every single box on here filled, and that's okay. Maybe you only release a blog post weekly or a newsletter monthly. So however you want to use that, that's fine. When you're finished, it's a great time to go back to your business calendar from step number 1 and put down any of those important publishing dates there. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty of your weekly content plans with step number 5, creating your weekly content plans. In the planner, you're going to find 5 copies for months that have 5 weeks, and you can just use 4 if it's a week, if it's a month that only has 4. Think of these as your weekly checklist of the content that has to get out on the digital door and onto your platforms. I quite literally print these off and check them off as I go. Alternatively, you can build this step into the project management tool of your choice. Mine is the Airtable Content Hub, which you can find a link for down below if you want to steal my setup for yourself. Here's how to fill it out. Start by adding your platforms to the top row, and then for each day of the week, jot down what's getting published on that platform. Last but 100% not least is step 6, collecting your monthly measurements. This is for after you've published your content as a way of measuring and reflecting how it performed both qualitatively and quantitatively. I like to start on the right-hand side with the numbers. Start by updating the metrics list to anything that's important for you and your goals. Then add last month's measurements, this month's measurements, and the difference, whether it's grown or regressed. Here's some my made up numbers for this sample. Then answer the monthly journaling questions on the left-hand side. What progress did you make this month towards your goal? What worked this month? What didn't work this month? Where did you find new clients and customers? Where did those come from this month? What ideas do you have for your content, your marketing, or anything else for the coming month? And then you can jot down any other notes here as they come up as you go through this planning process and this review process. So, quick question for you. What is one way that you're switching up your content strategy for the coming month? Let me know in the comments. Then, if you found this video helpful, give me a like and hit subscribe to be notified when the next video drops. Until next time, happy empire building.